So do you have your New Year's resolutions yet? We like those. We like those so much, this idea of having a New Year's resolution. And from one perspective, it's silly, right? I mean, January 1st is just another day in another month in another year. It's just another day. We can have a resolution any day of the year. And yet, collectively, societally, we've decided today is the day we make resolutions. Why? Well, we're inherently attracted to resolutions. All of us know that we fall short of the person that God created us to be. We all know that. We all know that we were created with the divine spark. And we know, especially as baptized people, that we have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. We know that we are capable of so much more. And yet, we get dragged down by the busyness and the responsibilities of daily life, as well as just our brokenness. The fact that all of us always fall short of the glory of God. But we know that we are called by God and by our creation to live up to that indwelling, to live up to the divine spark that we have within us. And so, we've decided at least once a year, we need to hit the reset button. At least once a year, we need to at least try and say, okay, I know I got dragged down. I know I'm not the person that God created me to be, but I'm going to try to make some progress on that this year. That's good. I'm glad we do that. That's wonderful. And in fact, we're in the liturgical Christmas season, which means I am blasting Christmas music from now until January 13th. And nobody can stop me. I'm amazed by how many of these Christmas hymns are written by Catholics and non-Catholics in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Because she exemplifies for us this call that I'm talking about, this call from God to be like Him. She is, in a sense, the best among us. Her act of faith with the fiat and her life of contemplation are what we know that we can be and what God calls us to be. And so even non-Catholics write hymns about the Blessed Virgin Mary because they are inspired by her, as we all should be. So we have this indwelling, we have this call, this feeling in our hearts that we want to be like God. And we have this example of the Blessed Virgin Mary that we're attracted to. And yet we fall short, right? It's January 1st. We are all so ready to do those resolutions. I will check in with you again in 2 weeks, right? We'll see how many of those lasted. 1 month, right? If you can make it past 3 months, you're probably a saint already. What's beautiful, is that as Catholics, every day can be New Year's Day. Every day we can come into this church and sit before the Blessed Sacrament and make a resolution to God and say, Lord, I know I've fallen short recently. And I want to try to do better with your help, right? We can do that every day. And every day, or at least on the days when it's scheduled, we can go to confession. We can have it all wiped clean, right? Confession gives us that clean slate that all of society associates with January 1st. We as Catholics associate it with that little room in the back of the church, right? That's our January 1st every time we go into it. Because we can wipe it clean, we can put it in the past, we can make a resolution, and we can be given the grace of God to stick with it. How wonderful. How blessed we are. And then, if we put in that effort, all God requires is the effort. It's He who does the work, right? We can't do any of that lifting. We are not capable of achieving this call of God in our hearts. It is by His grace that we become more like Him. So if we put in that effort, He will ratify that effort. He will do the work in us. And then we will be given the blessing that is our first reading. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord let His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord look upon you kindly and give you peace. I found in my own life, if I at least make the effort, if I at least try, there is a lot of peace. Even in my failures, even when I know I'm falling short. The fact that I'm trying to be a co-worker with God, the fact that I've made this resolution, that I'm trying to follow the example of the Blessed Virgin, that I'm trying my best to stay near Him, is all He cares about. And then He takes care of the rest and gives me peace.